Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. This relaxing ass music is not the vibe right now, but I'm gonna keep it on anyway. What about some like upbeat Nintendo? Nintendo upbeat and chill music that makes you feel alive in this world. Yeah. That is actually the vibe. I was gonna go live at 7 and then I was like, actually, I finished my cooking early and so here I am. A little bit sleepy, especially after the meal I just had. I'm actually almost done with, well, no, I'm actually not even close. But I'm almost done with the base model. Like the model by itself. Hello? Is that a kitty here? I know, I have one kitty here. One big kitty here. Who I need to give food to. He's very sleepy. He's a very sleepy boy here. And then we got little kitty who is very affectionate just now. Where's she at? Come here, baby. And this man is so sleepy, and then at night he's a menace. You're a menace, man. Yeah, you're a menace. Nintendogs! We love to hear it. I miss Nintendogs. Hey, Night! Wait, can you hear me? Is my mic on? I'm assuming it is. I've been talking. You think they'll ever make another Nintendogs? Well, I mean, we have Paparazzi. I think once I'm done with this model stuff, we'll play Paparazzi. I made quite a bit of progress, actually, since I last streamed. I loved Nintendogs. That shit was amazing. Unfortunately, my Nintendogs are all in the void forever. Forever doomed to be not taken care of. That's so tragic. Also, thank God I found a leaf brush for this. Because imagine having to draw out all these leaves individually? Heck no. Heck no, I'm not doing that. Me with my DSI Littlest Pet. Oh my god, Littlest Pet Shop too. Yeah, I used to like that. I used to have little enclosures and the little, I don't know what they're called, houses and stuff. Webkinz was my main bitch though. I was a Webkinz child. I loved that shit. Hi baby, there's a little baby here. My little Webkinz deer. And then you make little house or like little rooms for each of them, and they're all themed to what animal they are. That was my shit. Dude, if Webkinz was still popular, like, I would play it. It's goofy ass music. Actually, this is so appropriate for the story time for today. I'm telling Anthony I'm streaming. Also, I made the chicken pasta that Anthony always makes. First time it came out alright. Probably could have done with more flavor. Today, very flavorful, very good, but the pasta and chicken were just a bit undercooked, sadly. So I just need to combine the two and to make a perfect chicken pasta dish. Yeah, the chicken was like kind of dry. So I was like, eh. But it was fine. The flavors are like good. I kind of slayed with that today. Also, this character is freckled. So I probably should add freckles on her legs, but I also just like how clean the legs look. Like, these are some nice ass, sexy ass legs. I would kill to have legs like this. But I probably should add freckles because she has freckles. Yo, okay, should I get into the story? What a day it's been. I'm keeping this music. I think it's appropriate, actually. Okay. Let me turn it down a little bit. It's gonna distract me. So, I've been alluding to this a bit, but we've had a little bit of roommate drama. Not with the person I'm currently with, who also is the one who signed the lease and put the listing out. She's fine. She's great. But it's the third person who we were supposed to have move in like 2 days ago. He's a party, and I'm going through it today. But yes, I've been saying anything like I'm about to leave a party, and I'm going through it today. But yeah, okay, no worries. Okay, so yeah, it's the third person. So she messaged my current roommate Amelie, just with the information about herself. Seemed fine. Had a lot of information, was very thorough, good, that's fine. No red flags. Arranged a call. And on the call, like, the call had no really glaring red flags either, but she kind of, like, dominated the conversation. It's just, like, these things you recognize in hindsight. Like, I remember, because it was just me and Amelie in the call at first, and we were like joking around and laughing, and then she joins. This is like, okay, serious mode, you know what I mean? Like, which is fine, you know, some people are just more not as jokey. Like, no red flag so far. And so she was just being very thorough and asking a lot of questions about how we are as roommates and how and the place and blah blah blah, just a lot of stuff. And she was asking a lot of questions, so I answered. Nothing weird so far. I mean, it is, like, it is being very thorough. but also it's kind of like understandable. Anyways, she locks in. She's like, yes, I'm good to go. So we call off, like, or Amelie is the one who's doing the roommate search. So she's done with the search, because now our third roommate has locked in. So all good now. So we thought. Now, communication's kind of stopped. Just strange. You would think with someone who's being so thorough, there would be a little bit more back and forth. The only communication we're hearing from her is complaints about certain things, like the manager's taking time, blah 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 blah. Let me actually look in our group chat. There's just like kind of just like yeah, just, did you get in contact with the manager? Did you get in contact? Have you contacted attack? Blah, 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 blah. And just like, just kind of strange, like, questions. And it's just like, oh, the vibe we both got was, is she backing out? Like, that's how we felt. It's like, I don't know if she's backing out. She's asking a lot of questions and complaining and stuff like that. So we weren't sure. And it was like 5 days before she was supposed to move in. On that same day, which was the 10th, she messages, like, all of a sudden, like, hey, I'm gonna come by to drop my stuff off. Or like, can I drop my stuff off tonight? I'm like, hello? Where did that come from? I'm like, and I was like, I thought you were coming on the 15th. This feels a little bit soon. And she was like, well, like, yeah, I'll fully move in on the 15th, but I gotta bring my stuff because I work during the week. Feels like that's something you should remember, that you work during the week, so you can't fully move in the 15th, and communicate that with us instead of being like, hey, can I come by tonight? When we were like, is she backing out? Weird, but okay, we were like, all right, we'll be around, so go ahead. She comes by, and then this is where the red flag started coming. Because all of a sudden her attitude changes. And the complaining attitude is way worse now. And I understand she has a lot of frustrations with the building and how it's managed, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, where else are you going to find such a nice fucking place in LA, in West Hollywood, for this price? It is so nice. I feel so lucky. And all she was doing was complaining. All she was doing. No being grateful, no being thankful. And it was just like little strange things where we're like, okay, I understand she's like stressed about the move, and she wants to make sure, she's a little bit paranoid, and she wants to make sure that everything's all set and blah, 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 blah. We were making a lot of excuses. But at the same time, it's just like, at least have a bit of a positive attitude about it, maybe. Like, yeah, this is kind of a weird situation, but you know what? We'll see what happens. We'll work it out. Especially since you've already locked in. Like, complaining now is weird. And also, like, there was just certain things that were more minor that were, like, we talked about how we had basically bought all the stuff for the kitchen at that point. But me and Amelie. Because we need to use stuff for the kitchen. And so we were like, yeah, if you can contribute a little bit towards, you know, some living room stuff and just, you know, one or two things, that would be really helpful. And, okay, in that situation, if that were me, I'd be like, oh shit, they bought all the kitchen stuff and I didn't contribute. I feel bad. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can help contribute. We'll just have to figure out how much everything costs, right? Her response was like, okay, understandable, but like strange, like it just a little bit, I don't know, weird. She immediately followed up with, what did you spend on the kitchen? I just want this to be equitable, is what she said. Equitable for her, because she doesn't want to spend more money than we have on stuff. Just like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. Just the vibes. Just the vibes. Just the way, like, yes, it's understandable to ask what she's asking, but it's just the way she's asking it is very weird. And then she was like kind of complaining about how she had no say in what we got for the kitchen. Like, bitch, you're moving in like a month after we've moved in. We need to use stuff in the kitchen. What, you want us to not have anything? I had no say. Like, bitch, I'm crazy. And that's what we both said. We both were like, yeah, we needed to use the kitchen. We've been living here. She was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, of course. Anyways. Don't cook until she gets there, obviously, right? Starting host from Sims 4. Literally. Oh, my God. And her personality was just very intense. Like, very type A personality, but in, like, such a bad way. Where it's just, like, you know the type of person where they walk into a room and the whole energy in the room just shifts because it's, like, you know how you feel about a manager or, like, a boss who's strict or a teacher who's strict or something, and just everybody kind of, you know? That is exactly how she was. And so when she left that night, Teresa, when she left that night, my roommate and I looked at each other like, dude, we were concerned. Because we were like, it's going to be like being micromanaged every day of our fucking lives. We're not going to feel comfortable in our home. Where every little thing we do is going to be something to complain about. Because that's just the perspective she has on everything. Is everything is a complaint. From the way the packages are handled to the fucking everything. To the rent, to the whatever. It's just like, where are you going to find a better place in West Hollywood? In LA? Lighten the fuck up. Crazy. Be grateful. I mean, wish her luck on finding a new place. Fucking hell. Anyways. So we were like, getting a little bit concerned. It's just like, we'll see how it goes. And then the next day she brings the rest of her stuff. And then that's when my roommate really kind of solidified for her. Because it had already solidified for me that it was going to be miserable. Like, already for me, I was like, fuck my chungus baka life. Like, fucking, this is not going to be good. But for her, the second day was when she was like, we need this bitch out. And that's because, like, she came by again and she was being incredibly condescending and, like, talking down. I didn't see this interaction happen because I was, oh, kitty below me. I was in my room. I just didn't really want to interact with them, to be quite frank. She was there and she brought her boyfriend and a friend of hers. And I came out a little bit and I was just getting weird vibes from her and her friend. By the way, her boyfriend is a sweetheart. I feel like he wasn't purely, like, if it was up to him, what happened today wouldn't have happened. Like, he actually seemed like a chill dude. Poor guy. Anyways. Was getting some weird vibes from her and her friend. And I just didn't really want to interact with them, so I eventually just retreated while they continued unpacking their stuff in the other room. And I didn't see this exchange happen, but Amelie told me later that she went to talk with them, and this bitch Megan, I'm gonna say her fucking name. I don't give a shit. She damaged our property. Megan, this astrology bitch, by the way, obsessed with astrology, asks you your star sign or your whatever on your first interaction. That's what she does. Which is like, okay, fine. I mean, talking about astrology is kind of fun sometimes, but for people who don't give a shit about astrology, it's just like weird because she was like clearly making judgments about people based on their star sign, but whatever. Just whatever. Anyway, don't trust astrology, bitches. She had talked down to my roommate. She was like, so my roommate said that she was like kind of suggesting, oh, there's a nice public library around here. It's an LA public library. And then Megan was like, oh, don't you mean like a Hollywood library? Like a West Hollywood library? And then my roommate was like, no, it's an LA public library. That's what it's called. And then this bitch Megan says, you do know West Hollywood is its own city, right? The fuck is that attitude coming from? Bitch, she lives here. Why would she not know that? She has to sign off on all the documents and everything. Of course she fucking knows that. The funny thing is, too, I don't remember what happened after. There was something. Okay. I have to remember the details. Oh, yes. Okay. So after that exchange, they were talking more. And then Amelie was like, yeah, kind of fact checking, like, rent is control. There's a rent control thing in West Hollywood. And then this bitch Megan says, don't you mean in LA? Like, no, West Hollywood, because that's its own city. And Megan was like, don't you mean it's just in LA? Like, type of person to say it's tomorrow at midnight. It's so true. 12:30 tomorrow. It will be 12:30. So, yeah, crazy. And then, we were like, goddamn, we can't let this happen. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare if we let this happen. So we planned to schedule a call because we were like, we're gonna have to kick her out. Like, this is. Oh, by the way, after she left that day, she and her friends left alcoholic beverages, like empty cans, on our counter for us to pick up after them. For somebody who's so nitpicky about everybody else and how we behave, crazy, wild, disrespectful. So yeah, we were like, okay, we need to kick this. We need to not, like, we can't get this to go through. So immediately have her removed from the lease. And by the way, the manager's very happy to remove her because she screamed at him over the phone, apparently. And we didn't know this interaction took place, but she told us after that she screamed at him over the phone about the lease. Don't know why. Don't know why it's necessary to scream at anybody for any reason, but go off, I guess. So he was happy. He was like, yeah, fucking get her out of here. But then we would have to break the news to her. And so we asked when a good time to schedule a call would be. And I, for like 2 days, was filled with dread. Because I was like, this is not going to go over well, especially with her specific personality. This is just going to be... And it was actually... This call actually took place the same day we got our couch. So it was such a high. Like, we were like, we got a couch! And it was a nice, big, comfortable couch. Then a low with the call. So we call, and Amelie gives it to her. No bullshit, just straight up like, hey, we don't think this is going to work. Our personalities clash too much, and we've been uncomfortable by a couple of things that you've done. So we suggest that you find a new place. Just straight up, no bullshit. And there's like long, painful gaps of her not saying anything. Just like, and she goes, what? Like, okay. Like, in that sort of tone. And then, like, it starts getting a little bit more aggressive. Like, okay. And she's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this bitch. She's not happy, and it sounds like she's plotting. So we ask her when she's gonna come drop off her keys. She says this weekend, which is today. And so this, like, whole week, I've been like, because she has had the keys. I've been like, can't have it, so both of us are out of the house at the same time because she has the keys. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if she's going to come by, whatever. So we've been kind of on high alert. And today she comes by. And I decide to just stay in my room with the cats because I'm like, I don't want to get involved. She comes by unannounced, by the way. Like, not telling us like, of course. Did you expect her to? Unannounced, just comes by with her friend and her boyfriend. To pick up their shit and drop off the keys. Now, I'm staying in my room. I hear just noise going on outside. because I'm like, I'm just staying with my cats. Don't want to get my cats involved with these people. And I just hear a bunch of noise for a while. I have my headphones in, just chilling. And then eventually, Kitty, sorry, I hear Kitty down at the bottom. She's under my desk. Eventually, I hear like loud laughter coming from the kitchen, and it's my roommate. And so I open the door, and she's like, "Look at this shit. They had erased our whiteboard." I started laughing because I'm like, what? They erased our whiteboard, and all we had, we didn't even have any drawings or anything. It was just our names, and we're like us saying we're at home, because it's like a whiteboard to share our status of whether we're out at home. Literally, that's all that was on it. They had erased it. They put our garage clicker, didn't even steal it, by the way. They put our garage clicker on top of the fridge, like trying to hide it maybe, but they clearly didn't do a good enough job because we saw it immediately. Then, like, we found puddles all over the floor of just liquid. And at first I was like, oh my god, is that piss? But smelled, no, it's not piss, it's just water. Or it's just, like, it could be a drink of some kind, or, I don't know, maybe alcohol. But alcohol would smell, right? It's just water. Just a lot of water on the floor. Water on the couch. Like, not stains on the couch, but, like, you know, like the dark patches where there's liquid all over the couch. It's dripping from the bottom. Because we lifted it, it was dripping. So they just spilled a bunch of shit everywhere. Couple scratches on the walls. Probably just them not being careful and just, like, pulling shit out, you know? Couple of dirty footsteps in the bathroom. And to top it all off, oh, also, they had unplugged our Ethernet. They unplugged our, for some fucking reason. I wasn't even using the internet. I was on my phone. So I didn't notice anything. But that they did that. To top it all off, there was a fucking dookie in the toilet. And it was clogged. In what would have been her bathroom. So it's not even either of our bathrooms. It's just the bathroom that nobody uses right now because nobody's in that room. And there was a full-on dookie in the toilet. And what was funny was I was talking to a couple of my friends about this, and my friend Kaden was like, yeah, you dodged a nuke. And then Angie was like, you didn't dodge a nuke because there's one in your toilet. 2015 when I want to do my homework, it's so funny. So they just simply had a very petty, childish temper tantrum in our fucking home. And it's just really fucking funny. I can't even be mad. Like, we're taking precautions. Don't worry. Like, we're changing our the locks on our door. We're not, like, taking this too lightly. We put in a report with the manager. Yeah. But still, it's really fucking funny. It's really funny because it feels more like a silly prank from a child than it does an act of revenge from a 26-year-old grown-ass woman who's mad. Like the whiteboard, the internet, like it's just so fucking funny. Episode 1 of Beef literally, dude. That's where it's just like, we're not gonna talk to her. Like, we're not gonna text her about it. It's just like, not gonna escalate this. This is like so fucking childish. Like, get your shit out of here and get out of our fucking lives, you bitch. God damn. 26-year-old grown-ass woman. But you know what? Part of me, and then we were talking about this too, part of me is kind of glad she did this because it absolutely validates our decision to kick her out. Because even this whole time, you could have made a case for her just being, like, really stressed about the move and thorough about things. Like, you could have argued that. But now you absolutely can't argue that. She is a straight up psycho bitch. Like, she just made herself look so much worse. She just gave us validation. And she didn't even damage that much. Just so silly. It's just so silly. Anyways, that's where we're at right now. That's the story so far. We're looking for the third roommate. If you or anyone you know is looking for a place, the offer's out there. You or anyone who you know who isn't a childish 26-year-old with anger issues. Wait 5 months. We can't wait 5 months. Plus, like, you're going to Irvine, and we're, like, at the whole other end of... Yeah. I'm a childish 22. Okay, at least you're 22. Her frontal lobe is fully developed. Isn't that crazy? By 25, your frontal lobe is developed. She's still out here acting like this. So I made, like, a couple tweets about the situation. Just like, I know I shouldn't, you know, like, even acknowledge that this happened. By the way, she doesn't have my Twitter, so I was just kind of just putting this out. I made a couple tweets about the situation. I said, to the now ex-roommate who spilled liquid all over our floor and couch, clogged our toilet, erased our whiteboard, and hid our garage clicker behind the fridge, and a petty, childish temper tantrum on the way out. You gave us a good laugh today. And I said, grown mid to late 20s woman, by the way. I think she's like 26 or 27. Based on when she started college. And then Kaden was like, actually toddler in a grown woman's body. And then I said the dookie in the toilet was the cherry on top. Not the revenge dookie. I just imagine them taking laxatives beforehand. Planned dookie. No, but I actually was like dying thinking about it. Like, did they have to shit while they were there and just decided to clog the toilet? Or did they plan it somehow? The dookie on top. It kills me. It kills me. And then I made another quote retweet. I was just like, it was just so funny. And there was like angrily erasing a whiteboard. That'll show them. They got a whiteboard with connecting dots on Windows shit. Oh my god. I wonder if they drank like a lot of coffee or something. It's just really funny. What wasn't funny was the smell, because there was a nasty smell throughout our apartment for a while. But we went to Ralph's and we picked up like candles, and I picked up some stuff for cooking tonight. And now our apartment smells fresh as hell. So they didn't do a good enough job, clearly. But it was kind of nasty. By the way, just disgusting in general. Disgusting behavior, both like metaphorically and actually. I can't believe it. Like, I can be petty sometimes. Y'all know this. I can be petty as hell, but this is crazy at your grown age. Towards people who simply said, hey, we don't want to move forward, our personalities clash. And Amelie was being nice, was like, if you need to keep your stuff here for a while, that's okay. You know? Petty poop. Oh my god. Yeah, she was funny. I just hope it stays funny and they don't get angrier and come by again. But that's why we're changing our locks. And we're gonna get like a Ring doorbell camera in general. Just not even from the situation, because I think it's just good to have one in general. But yeah, that was my day. That was my day. I probably won't stream for very long, actually. I don't really feel like drawing, but I just wanted to tell that story. I think that has to be my craziest roommate experience with somebody who wasn't even my roommate yet. Isn't that insane? Raft? Actually, I'm down. I'll do it off stream though. I don't really want to stream. I just wanted to tell a story. But like, I had some bad roommate experiences, but nothing like insane like this. Just more like high school kind of talking behind your back sort of behavior. This is like, which is like annoying to deal with, but nothing like this. This is something else. This is your crazy bitch. Oh my god, I barely even know this bitch and she's acting like this. Crazy. Anyways, I'm very, very fucking glad we didn't have to live with her. Like, oh my god, it would have been a fucking nightmare. It's just a short period of pain rather than a long, year-long period of pain. What, like, that is, I'll accept that. Oh shit, I dropped my pen. I dropped my pen. I dropped my pen on the floor and I'm wearing socks so I can't even pick it up with my foot. Okay, I got it back. Anyways, if there's more updates on what happens, I'll let y'all know. But in the meantime, that's where we're at. And I'm trying to see if other, like, I asked Andrea. I think her moving would be contingent on her booking this certain thing that would be recording in LA frequently. I just lagged out so bad because I'm in a car, but truly insane behavior, I know. It's just really funny though. It's just really funny. Like, it makes me wonder if she was like erasing the whiteboard, like, yeah, that'll fucking show them. That'll fucking show them. Unplugging our internet, like, yeah, they're gonna be so inconvenienced by this. They're gonna regret this. Oh my god, it's literal fucking second grade behavior. I feel like there's probably elementary school kids with more maturity. Because that's what these, like, acts of revenge felt like. They felt like silly pranks. They really felt like silly pranks. It's so funny. Whoopee She would probably put shaving cream on your hand while you're sleeping and draw a mustache. Oh my god. I'm just glad that it's funny and not scary, cuz I was like I really had my guard up that week. I was like, what is she going to do? Nothing was stolen. Like, I would have expected her to steal some of our food maybe. None of our food was stolen. Nothing was stolen. They just added things. They just left things, clearly. Put a banana peel on the floor. They left. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so dead. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up. I want to get a sweet treat for myself, and then Anthony, we can play Raft, because I've got some free time tonight. I do have to clean up the kitchen though. Oh my god, making that chicken pasta is messy. There's so much shit. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Alright, see you later. I'll do more art stuff, or like, I think by the next time I stream, I'll be on the rigging stuff. So, yeah, we can do that on stream. And I'll also play paparazzi. I'll do that Monday night? Monday, good time to stream? I want to stream more frequently, especially with my VTuber stuff. By the way, oh, I have a question. should I make a new channel for my VTuber, or should I just rebrand this channel? I'm already affiliate on this channel, and I have my following and stuff. Busy till 7 on Monday. Oh, damn. Well, I think 7 is probably when I'll start. Because I start usually around this time anyway. But yeah, I just want to know what you think. Should I just immortalize and, like, not abandon, like, I guess graduate from Langley? Or should I just revamp this channel? By the way, I'll still do webcam streams. Like, even with my VTuber persona, I'm still gonna do webcam streams just because I think those are fun and they're better for certain types of streams, like spin the wheel punishments and stuff. So that won't change. I'll be using my model more often. Just revamp. You already got everything set up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll have to change up some things, but yeah, I've already got stuff set up, so. Okay, that's good to know. Revamp. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Alright. It'll be under, like, a different name. Like, Fuzzy offered a good option for the name. I just have to figure out, like, an actual username. I still have to think about it more. Anyways, okay. That'll be all for tonight. Hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later. Goodbye. I accidentally clicked start recording and not stop streaming. I'm sorry. Okay, bye.